On Tuesday, voters in San Francisco supported a bond measure to build more affordable housing, and the state has ordered the city to build 82,000 new units by 2031.
Now, San Francisco is already the second densest major city in the country after New York. But the question is, how is the city going to support this kind of growth? ABC 7 News reporter Leanne Melendez is here with a look into the future.
And I happen to bring my crystal ball.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, you know, I've seen the conversation around affordable housing change in this city to where more people feel that building housing is now a necessity. Still, what persists is the false narrative that affordable housing is somehow low-income housing. Well, it isn't. And some of those who now qualify are people who once could easily afford to live here.
When the late Dianne Feinstein was mayor in the 70s and 80s, it was all about developing downtown. But when it came to the expansion of the neighborhoods, they were clearly off limits. Feinstein wanted to stop residential high-rises like the Fontana Towers near Aquatic Park from popping up. Fontana was built before Feinstein was elected. But today, San Francisco has a housing crisis. High home prices have priced many working families out of the city. San Francisco's mayor says the only prescribed cure is to build up, up, up by losing regulations.
Yes, more opportunity. Yes, a better future. Yes, a workforce that can afford to live here. Yes, yes, yes. Housing now.
As part of an effort to build more affordable housing throughout California, the state ordered San Francisco to add 82,000 units of housing by the year 2031. If the city doesn't, it could lose hundreds of millions of dollars in state funding for affordable housing and transit. But how would this new construction affect the look and feel of San Francisco as the Paris of the West? Younger families struggling to stay here believe San Francisco has to sacrifice its aesthetics in the name of affordability. Sam Moss is with the Mission Housing Development.
We're talking about adding, 16 24-story buildings. Do you care?
No, I definitely do not care. I would love to live at Fontana Towers, and I know dozens of families, young families in San Francisco. No, they're not. They're awesome. They're housing. It's a place that's awesome called housing.
In recent years, expansion has occurred in the eastern neighborhoods like the Mission District, Potrero, and the south of Market neighborhoods and Mission Bay. Now the state is telling San Francisco it's time to build in those neighborhoods on the west and north side, which have often been resistant to change. Corey Smith is with the Housing Action Coalition.
The state is looking at us and saying you have to build more. You have to build more in your high resource areas, places that have good schools, places that have high quality public transit. Frankly, places that have a higher income.
And it's time for Pac Heights to get apartments.
But part of that proposed expansion is facing some pushback. Supervisor Aaron Peskin was able to pass a resolution that would impose density limits in several historic neighborhoods in his own district. For example, developers were proposing adding a 24-story building where this 2-story garage sits. Another idea called for demolishing this building to add a 17-story high-rise, but because both are in a historic neighborhood, they are now protected.
You can expect people to say, wait a minute, that's his district that he's doing this.
I think we can increase the amount of housing and affordable housing in San Francisco without destroying our neighborhoods.
Another option is to create more affordable housing along major commercial corridors like Geary Boulevard, Van Ness Avenue, and Church Street. But some say there's no point in building all these new units without bolstering public transportation to serve residents. We asked Billy Riggs, a USF transportation and urban development professor, what needs to happen.
How are we going to support all those people from a transportation point of view? Because they really want people to live near a transportation hub.
Right.
We're not there.
We're not there in terms of the current infrastructure. We're talking hundreds of thousands of new people living in the city. Now, how are we going to do that? We have to start planning now how we invest in our infrastructure.
He says our current transit system doesn't work for everyone because San Francisco doesn't have the kind of integrated system like New York City does that gets you everywhere, anytime.
If you've got to wait 20 minutes on a train, does that really work for you? And for some people, particularly at the margins, we've got vulnerable populations that 20 minutes late means you lose your job.
So in order to meet that goal of 82,000 units in the next 7 years, the city has to build, do the math, close to 12,000 units a year.
That's
Can
quite
you
a challenge.
imagine?
No.
I don't think they can do it.
Yeah. Well,
But we
we'll
got to
see.
stay optimistic.
You got to try.
Yep.
Try. Thank you, Leanne.
Sure.